Ta-da! I'm here again. You thought Pride Month is over, so that means we are not going to talk to any more celebrities or any more personalities. But you were wrong. Pride Month might be over, but Pride isn't. We are going to be here for all times to come. Queers will always be here, Pride will always be here. And you might think that I am very excited today. Why? Like all these days I have been very shy and everything, but today I am very excited. Of course, you will get to know just in a few moments because I have a very special person with us today. Let me just give a short introduction of the person that we are going to meet today. He is none other than Prince Manvendra Singh Gohil. He is the Crown Prince of Rajpipla, Gujarat. He is the first member of a royal family to come out as a gay person. He is the only Indian to be interviewed by Oprah 3 times. He has featured on the show Keeping Up with the Kardashians. He is the brand ambassador of AIDS Healthcare Foundation India Cares, and he is the chairperson and co-founder of Laksha Trust. So we have the person with us. I'm just going to accept. Just bear with us for 2 seconds. I think he's already here. Oh, hello, hello.
How are you?
Namaste, sir. I'm very fine. How about you?
Yeah, I'm great. I forgot your name. What's your name?
Prakash.
Prakash. Yeah, hi, yeah, yeah. Thank you,
Uh,
Prakash. Yeah.
and a very good morning to you. And I'm really sorry that you just woke up probably and you have to talk to me now for at least half an hour.
No, no, it's not very early. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. It's not that early. So I'm fine. Yeah.
Okay. So like we all know you to some extent. Like we follow you on Instagram. We as in like all the I'm talking on behalf of the entire audience. We have been reading about you. We have been looking at your pictures. We know you a little bit. But it will be really good if you could just tell us a little bit about yourself, obviously. But let me put it in a form of a question. Like I would say when we see that you are a prince, so people have this idea, okay, he is a prince, so it was not difficult to come out because he has all these privileges and everything. But you can see it in a different way. You have a, like, the stakes are also very high. Definitely for you stakes are very high. So how was it like coming out when you decided to come out, and what time, when did you decide, and everything, like your entire story we want to know.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Prakash. I will put it very briefly because my story is very long and we don't have much time here.
You take your time, please. I'm not stopping you.
Uh, yeah, so you're right. I am a first member of a royal family, and why it was difficult for me is that even though now we are in a democratic republic situation where people must be wondering that where are the royal families? But that is true. We don't have powers and privileges as we had in the pre-independence period, but we are still the custodians of this rich cultural heritage which has been inherited by us from our ancestors. And because of that, we have a lot of roles and responsibilities towards preserving this heritage, and a lot of expectations have to be met by us. So, because when I was born itself, when I was growing up, the entire grooming happens at the hands of these old retainers who have been these. We have staff which is working with us for 100 years, 150 years, 200 years. The families, that makes us different. People ask that what is the difference between you and the others, So we said that we got retainers who have been with us from the 18th century, so they, from family to family, they groom us, they prepare us, they prepare us to how to act and how to behave in public speaking. One interesting difference between us and the other families is that like I always give this example. I said when I was just 9 years old, I was invited as a chief guest for a school annual function, and
Okay.
I was just put on the stage, and there were hundreds of students in the audience and teachers and faculty, and I had to give a speech. So just imagine, which 9-year-old boy will be called for a chief guest for a school. So, hey, hi Saint, my friend Saint has joined from Switzerland.
Oh,
Uh,
hello.
yeah. So, yeah. So that's different, and that's why because see, our everything is at stake. So, why person has not come out as of now? I don't recall any Indian from a royal family who has come out openly as gay.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm perhaps the only one as of now. I mean, in the world, of course, many others have come out, but I was the first person in the world.
Hmm.
But because nobody wants to put their reputation at stake,
Definitely.
that is the main thing. So that's why they are all shy of coming out of the closet, because moment they'll come out, immediately they'll be attacked by their own family members. The people who are giving them respect
Hmm.
in the town. See, people still worship us. It's because of what our ancestors have done
Hmm.
in the past. I think you are from Northeast, right,
Yeah.
Assam?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. There's a place called Tripura, which is very close to Assam.
Yeah.
Now I know the king of Tripura. He's a very good friend of mine, Pradyut, and I see how much the people of Tripura respect him. They
Hmm.
respect him more than the politicians, because we have put in our hard efforts to bring this place to that state now where the people are enjoying the infrastructure, schools, colleges, hospitals, parks, so many things. So they worship us, they treat us as their role models,
Hmm.
their icons, and there's a lot of expectations from us. So similarly, when I came out, the entire respect they had for me got finished in just 1 second.
Hmm.
And on the contrary, my effigies were burnt in the fire. There was protests in the town. There were riots. Police had to be called. There was so many people collected saying that I should be stripped of my title and my should be excommunicated, exiled, banished, this, that, everything.
Hmm.
And I just maintained my cool. I said I don't blame these people. I blame their ignorance
Hmm.
on the subject, because they have not been taught about this, or they don't know the right things, then how will they act in a positive manner? Even I would be in their place, I would have done the same thing.
Hmm.
And it is the duty of person like me to educate them
Hmm.
and tell them what is the fact. And I said the day will come when the same people who have burnt my effigies will come falling on my feet.
Hmm.
And that's exactly what has happened. I mean, now it's 2006, my effigies were burnt, and there was an effigy burning committee which was constituted. There, imagine, there was a committee which was constituted to burn my effigies. Now that effigy burning committee has made me their advisor.
Oh God. Okay.
Just imagine what a change, what a change of attitude, what a change of behavior, because they have been educated. Now
Hmm.
they know that being gay, there's nothing wrong in it. It's as normal, as natural as anyone else's. My father was extremely homophobic. He publicly disowned me and publicly disinherited me.
Hmm.
Today, he is such a strong ally for the LGBT community. He has gifted me a 15 acres of a royal establishment where I'm developing a LGBT community campus, and
Okay, yeah, I've heard of it.
the foundation and the foundation stone of that campus was also laid by my father.
Oh wow.
And he publicly tells, even on media, and he's done some documentary films as well, where he has been interviewed, and he has publicly told, hey, Chirantana has joined. Chirantana is my sweetheart, my girlfriend.
Okay.
the
Hello.
the one the one who made me popular. She was the first journalist. She was the journalist who brought out my first coming out story.
Okay.
Yeah, and Prathamesh is also there. Hi,
Hello.
good evening, Prathamesh. So, yeah, so what was I saying? Um,
Yeah, the
uh,
foundation stone. The
Sorry?
foundation. The foundation stone was laid down
Yeah,
by
yeah,
your
yeah.
father.
So now, see, now all those who are homophobic within the royal family and even outside, but then still people are scared of coming out because they don't want to take a chance. I
Hmm.
mean, I have got death threats coming to me as well. I mean, I have received death threats because people wanted to silence me. They were not ready to listen to the truth,
Hmm. Hmm.
you know because see, when you speak the truth, people don't like it.
Huh.
We are so much used to living in this fake world and this world of hypocrisy, that
Hmm.
moment somebody speaks the truth, it is said truth is always bitter.
Hmm. Hmm.
That's a saying, truth is like it's truth is like how medicine is bitter, truth is bitter. People don't like to listen to truth.
Hmm.
But I said I'm going to speak the truth. If people like it or don't like it, I don't care.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
Because I want to be honest to myself and honest to others, and I also know that honesty will always win.
Yeah.
You
Sure.
know,
Hmm.
we have a saying in Hindi, Satyameva Jayate.
Huh.
Truth will always win. So
Hmm.
I said, I don't care if people kill me. Also doesn't matter. By just if I die also, this
Hmm.
LGBT movement is not going to stop.
Hmm.
On the contrary, it's going to become even more stronger. And so I don't care if my life is also taken. When Chris Jenner, you mentioned about I was featured in the show Keeping Up with the Kardashian.
Huh.
So Chris Jenner, who is the mother of Kim Kardashian, when she invited me home,
Hmm.
and she asked me that what was the biggest sacrifice you made. I said, Chris, you can get a husband, you can get a home, but you cannot get a life.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I
Huh.
sacrificed my life. I said I put my life at stake because I don't care. You know, I don't care what people think about me. I will do what I'm wanting to do as long as I'm true and honest to myself and to others, and I'm not spoiling anyone's life.
Hmm.
That's
Hmm.
important. So yeah, so that's what I did, and I paved my way, and here I am. I'm still alive.
Yes.
and I'm in
We are
very
so
much
glad
alive.
about it.
Yeah, I'm still alive, and I'm in America, and I'm in America also. I'm working. I'm meeting government. I'm meeting politicians, senators, governors, trying to tell them what are the issues we are facing, the issues of human rights which we are facing, and how America can help India. How America can influence the mindsets of Indians
Yes.
to
Hmm.
accept us and to support us. That's what my mission is. I'm here, and next month. I mean, not this month. This month only. Today's 1st of July.
Hmm.
So I'm going to Ohio, where I'm having a lot of meetings with government, police officers, senates, political parties, politicians. I'm meeting a lot of influential people.
Hmm. Hmm. So you are just not only alive, you are thriving, and you are helping people have a better life, much better life. Like we read about you when I was in class 7 or something, probably. Like I was that young when we first read about you.
You must be teenager then.
Yeah, yeah. Like I was what, around 14 or 15 years old, probably. Not even that, probably even younger.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So the next thing I want to ask you would be like you have done a lot of like work for the community, but that is
Yeah.
not the direction I want to go into. I want to ask you about your like your experience of love and relationships. Not experience like your own relationship or like because you are from a royal family, so you are always being scrutinized definitely. So as a person, as a queer person growing up, how was your experience regarding love? Like any royal person in the royal family might have been under scrutiny obviously, but you had an added problem or added challenge. How did you overcome that?
How did you know that I was under scrutiny?
That is what we presume, like royal families would be like that. I have no idea about it.
Yeah. So no, as I was telling you, we are always watched. Like suppose today I wear some color. I mean, people will start copying that. That the we are always being watched by. It's we don't have a private life. We are
Hmm,
always in
hmm,
public.
hmm.
For many times when I have to do some things, I have to do undercover so that people don't recognize me. And
Okay.
then I kind of, sometimes I do disguise myself. My very interestingly, my disguise name is Jimmy. So
Okay.
when I have my foreign guests coming over to stay at the palace and all, and I myself drive, I don't engage a driver. I drive my car, and then when I take them to places, then and I told all my friends, I said, if anyone asks you who's he, tell them he's Jimmy the driver.
Okay.
So I love being undercover, So I kind of and then the why the undercover status is important is that I can talk to people and ask them about me, and they don't know that who I am,
Okay.
So then
Okay.
that way you get the real. Like once I was going shopping, taking my friends shopping to a souvenir shop, and then like, I was introduced to him that, oh, he's our tour guide and he's our driver, Jimmy, so and so, so and so. So then that shopkeeper asked me, from where are you coming? So I said, we are coming from Rajpipla. Oh, you're coming from Rajpipla. Rajpipla has a royal family and all that, he was saying. And I said, yeah, Rajpipla has a. So I just asked the shopkeeper, do you know about the prince of Rajpipla? So he said, yeah. I know about him because we have heard in the newspapers. I've read about him, and he's doing some very good social work and this and that and all. So I said, okay, have you met him? He said, no. Where I will get a chance to meet him? His security guards will not allow me inside the palace. So I mean, I am asking him these questions, so
Yeah.
it's really funny and really interesting to know, because he didn't recognize me. No, I was undercover.
Oh.
So yeah, so he said, oh, yeah, I wish I would meet him someday because like he's into doing a lot of social cause and things like that. So then I said that, no, but I've heard something bad about him and all that. That I heard he's gay and all that. So you know what he replied? He said, look, whether he's gay or whatever he is, he's our prince.
Oh.
That is his personal life. What he wants, what is his preference and what his choices, whatever he is, that's his personal thing. We are not concerned with that. For us, he is our prince and he helps us out.
Okay. Yeah.
So I was trying to be like, sarcastic and kind of
Mhm.
saying that, oh, being gay is something wrong and all that. And then he said, no, don't say like that. Don't disrespect our prince.
Oh wow. Oh
so,
God.
so that way it helps. I like undercover, being undercover. It it gives you the real story. Otherwise, see, in
Yeah.
front of you, people will say good things about you
Yeah.
only.
Hmm.
But behind you, what they are saying, that's important to know.
Mhm.
Anyway, I lost your question now. But yeah, you
No,
asked
no, no.
about
Like,
love.
like you
Yeah.
answered like about. I was actually asking you about love, but like
Huh.
whatever you said, like it made me so happy. Like it's like I'm watching a movie. Okay, like these are the things we get to see in movies, and you are actually telling it from a live experience. I cannot tell you how happy I am. If
Even
you,
even in America also I become Jimmy sometimes.
oh
Like
wow.
yeah, I do undercover. I because just now I was in I'm just now in Florida. So there is a place called Fort Lauderdale. So they had their Pride
Hmm.
March was there. So it was 2 weeks back. It was in Fort. I went for the Pride. So I'm always an Indian. You see me always in photographs and all. I'm always dressed in Indian, but I wanted to be undercover. So I wore T-shirt and pants and
Oh.
put a hat on, English hat, American hat on my head, and I put a mask and all, so that nobody recognizes me,
Oh.
in the parade. And then when I put photographs and all, and then next year they put it up on the Facebook, people said, "Oh, you were there on the parade, and we didn't even know you were there." I said, "Yeah, I was there, but I wanted to be undercover. That's why I was dressed like this, so that people don't recognize me."
Yeah,
So
that
yeah,
that must be a really interesting life.
I love being Jimmy.
Okay, I will look out for that name from now onwards.
Yeah.
Because you say that you have been to Northeast and you're planning to come to Northeast again. So I'll
Yeah.
huh.
No, I definitely want to come to Northeast because I am working in Mizoram and Nagaland, because you mentioned in my introduction that I am the brand ambassador for AIDS Healthcare Foundation. So Mizoram and Nagaland, perhaps are the states where the highest infections are there, HIV infections in India. So I'm working very closely with the government of Mizoram and the government of Nagaland to see how we could control HIV, and I'm also working with some LGBT population there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in touch with them. So Mizoram, Nagaland, and Manipur. These are the first three highest
Oh yeah, yeah.
states in
Okay.
India. So Assam is on my list. So I will definitely. By the way, I just wanted to ask you, how is the flood situation in Assam? Has it been in control? Because I've
It's
been
very bad.
hearing. Oh,
Not in the place where I am staying. I am staying in the city, so I am comparatively well off than the others. But the situation
okay,
is
okay.
very bad. Not in comparison to the last 5 to 10 years, were not as devastating as this year. This has been really
Uh,
bad this time.
I heard on the news when I was here in US that please visit Arunachal. Yeah, I want to. In fact, I want to visit all the states of Northeast because
Please
there's
do,
all
please
they're
do.
so they are so interesting. They're also each state has its own charm.
Yeah,
So
every
so
state is so different. Like,
yeah, every language wise and all that. And Assam is especially very close to me because of Brahmaputra.
okay.
Because I live on Narmada River, which is India's third largest river.
Hmm.
So Brahmaputra is the largest river in India. So I have only seen it on the flight. I was flying over Assam, Guwahati. So I saw it on the from the flight. But I want to uh, go to
Please,
Brahmaputra. I want to,
please
yeah.
do land in Guwahati for some time at least, and let us meet you, and like let us serve you a little bit if we can.
But I won't come when there are floods. I will come in the season when there is no rain that time.
Sure, sure. Please do come after anytime after September. You are anyway coming to India in August or September, right?
August, yeah, August and beginning September I'll be coming. So at that
Yeah.
time I
So
visit.
winter time is very good, or you can come during the Durga Puja as well if you feel like it'll be the time is
Okay.
really good.
No, Durga Puja time I have to be in the palace because we have got some
Oh,
royal rituals and all these royal ceremonies have been going on for 600 years now.
oh God.
So
Okay.
I have to participate in those ceremonies whichever part of the world I come back home because only a member of the royal family can perform. See, that is also another difference which we have. Recently, our Prime Minister Modi had visited and he
Hmm.
could not enter the temple. He had to take permission of my father
Oh.
to enter because there are some things which are very sacred, you know,
Hmm.
in our culture. And
Hmm.
it was nice, Mr. Modi. He took the permission, and my father, of course, gave him the permission, and
Hmm.
then he could enter the temple and take his blessings of the goddess. We worship the goddess of strength. This
Okay.
this why you must be wondering why I put this on my
Uh-huh.
head and
So
that. So
what is?
the yeah. So when I mean, we are from the warrior family. So whenever we used to go to fight the wars
Hmm.
in the battlefield, we would go to the temple and ask the goddess that give us the blessings that we fight the war. And that time, of course, sacrifice used to happen. Now animal sacrifice doesn't happen. So there was some animal would be sacrificed, and the blood of that would be taken and put on the
Hmm.
forehead.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
now, of course, situations and times have changed.
Hmm.
So I'm a warrior. I'm all still going on the battlefield, but
Exactly.
now
Every
my
day.
now my battlefield has changed. It is like I'm fighting against hypocrisy, against homophobia, bigotry, transphobia, all these things. So again, I pray to the goddess. I said I'm going to fight this war of hypocrisy. So with my voice, now I don't have gun and sword, but my voice is my weapon.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And so I apply this so that I come back victorious.
Ye-
This is something sign of victory.
Yes, yes. You have been victorious. You are inspiring us to be victorious as well. Like, oh God, you are constantly at war. We all are constantly at war right now. But like this is really wonderful. This is a very symbolic like gesture of the 600 years tradition that you are
Yes,
upholding, and like giving it a different twist with the changing times and everything. But you
exactly.
still skipped the question of love. Are you not
Oh
going
yeah,
to answer
yeah.
that?
Okay. So yeah, for see, I'll tell you very honestly, in royal families, there's nothing like love. Okay, we are raised in a manner. I mean, not many people talk about it. I'm the rebel. They call me the rebel prince. So I have given out some royal secrets, and not many royal families in
Oh,
India like me talking about these royal secrets. But for
wow.
me, important to bring them out is because that people should know what we have gone through, in our lives, what kind of as a gay person goes through struggles. We being born in a royal family also we go through struggles.
Hmm.
Okay. So uh, I have given a very unusual definition of love. You want to hear it?
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. Why
Okay.
not?
Yeah. Yeah, so my definition of love is compared to the size of a bathroom. So the smaller, yeah. So the smaller the bathroom in your house, the bigger the love will be there in that house, and the bigger the bathroom in your house, less the love. So I'll give you an example. So just now I'm staying here in Florida in a home. The bathroom is tiny, small, very small bathroom. but the amount of love which is there in this home is so much that I don't have to go to find it anywhere else. But if you come to my palace
Huh.
in Rajpipla, the bathroom is so huge that you can perform a Bharatnatyam dance in that bathroom. It's a
Okay.
huge bathroom, huge, really huge bathroom. But if you have to find love, you have to literally take a magnifying glass to find love.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So that is my definition of love, which
Okay.
is surprises a lot of people. But I said, yeah,
Yes.
you find it. I'm sure Prakash, your bathroom must be tiny.
Oh God.
Must be small.
It's
Yeah,
quite small though,
at
like
least small compared to mine. So yeah, so
yes,
I'm sure
sure.
there's got to be a lot of love in your home.
Uh,
So yeah, so like I was giving an interview the other day. Mahatma Gandhi's great granddaughter Amrita Gandhi had come to interview me. She was interviewing a lot of royal families for a program called Royal Reservation. So she was asking me about your growing up. I said, Amrita, in royal families we are never attached to our parents because we are not raised by our parents.
hmm, hmm.
I was in fact raised by my nanny, and till I was quite young, I thought my nanny is my mother.
Oh,
And yeah, because see, person who raises you naturally, I mean,
um,
you will love that person. You'll have attachment. You'll have affection. Now, my mother has never touched me the way
hmm.
other mothers touch. So
Huh.
how will I know who is my mother? I mean, I'm sure your mother has taken. You must have slept on her lap. She must have, fond, caressed you. She must have, shown you the love and all. In our families, that doesn't happen. So I actually never knew what was love as I was growing up.
Hmm. Hmm.
Because the natural love which comes from your parents, if that is missing, then how do you know what is love? And I was telling Amrita, I said, love is unconditional. You cannot go to the market and say, I want a kilo of love, or I want a gallon of love, I want a pound of love.
Hmm.
You cannot, it is not something which you can buy and sell in the market. It has to come naturally.
Hmm.
So I have always missed on that love when I was growing up because when I used to see other families, parents, and but then it came as an advantage also, I would say, because what happens when you are gay, then you're too much attached to your parents,
Hmm.
and
Huh.
then you get easily succumb to marriage pressure.
Yes, yes, yes.
But in my case, I was not attached to my parents. So when they disowned me and disinherited me, I gave a statement in the media. I said when they never owned me, then how do they have the right to disown me? You
Huh.
know.
Hmm. Hmm.
So yeah, because I'm still not attached to them because I mean we are not mentally conditioned to be attached in royal families. Most royal families, not all, but
Huh.
some of them. But yeah, but in your other families and all, I'm sure you all are attached to your parents and like you like to eat food. My mother has never cooked food for me. It
Hmm.
was my nanny who used to cook the food and give me.
Yes,
You
yes, yes.
know,
Huh.
so that is a difference which we have.
Okay. That's a very interesting way of life that you have had, and like,
Even if you Tripura, the king of Tripura, I was telling you, Pradyut was also raised by a nanny. In fact, she died some few years back, and I know he was so attached to her that he kind of was lost, and he was feeling very sad when
hmm,
his nanny passed away. So
hmm.
that is the nanny culture is very common in royal families.
Yeah, yeah. Because everyone is so busy with a lot of responsibilities and like so many rules and regulations to maintain. I understand. So like you are also busy with your schedule. I talked to you that we'll be talking to for just half an hour. We have like crossed that far, like half an hour. So I think we are going to call it a day for now. Will that be okay, or do you
Sure.
have something in mind that you want to speak?
I
Like something for
I
the
have
youth.
I have around 10-15 minutes more if you want to because my next
Sure.
session is at 10 o'clock.
Just say something
Uh,
for the young
uh,
generation.
yeah, so for the young generation, see, I would say something which I have gone through and which I always say that what I have gone through, others should not go through
Hmm,
in their
hmm,
lives. And
hmm,
now, especially, there are so many opportunities, so many facilities are there which was not there when I was growing up.
hmm,
I think now we have internet, we have social media, we have mobile. All these things are there because of which communication has become faster. Now, see, I am sitting in America and you are in Assam, and still we are able to see each other and talk to each other.
yeah. Huh.
25 years before that, where was this? Was not there,
Hmm.
so so now you have to make use of that opportunity, and these communication the facilities which are available, to get to terms with your sexuality, and start identifying it. So now the best interview of the night. Oh, thanks, whosoever you are.
Oh, Sawang. Thank you, Sawang.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. I'm right now working with schools, lot with education institutions, because I realize that the root cause of the problem is our education system. And it is in the school when you are, like, going through your teenage years, like when you said when you were young, you came to know about me. That is the time we are having a lot of confusions in the mind, that what are we, are we gay, are we straight, are we bi, I mean, what is our sexuality. That is a time when we want clarity.
Hmm.
And in the absence of clarity, and any person to listen to, see, the role of a counselor is very important.
Hmm.
So I'm trying to see how schools can engage with counselors, and
Hmm.
have community counselors, like have people from the LGBT community who can be counselors,
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
so that whenever when you have a confusion, you can go to them, they can listen to you, they can understand your problems, and you can get a better clarity about yourself.
Yeah.
And that will help us to come to terms with our sexuality. I mean, I came to know about my sexuality when I was 30 years old.
Oh.
That was very late in life.
Huh. Huh.
So I'm sure now people can easily come to terms uh, earlier than that, in
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
All the exposure and everything
Hmm.
is available. So one should not feel guilty about who you are. Rather, you should feel proud about yourself, your identity, and because this is a very natural and normal thing. As somebody is born straight, somebody is born gay.
Hmm.
So,
Hmm.
but self acceptance is the first thing which I tell my young generation friends and anyone who's LGBT. It is very important to accept yourself. If you
Hmm.
are able to accept yourself, half your battle is won.
Hmm. Hmm.
And try to give an identity. If you consider yourself as gay, or you're transgender, or you're lesbian, or non-binary. Now there are many other words also are there in the
Hmm. Yeah.
dictionary. So yeah, that is important. And coming out to your parents and families is a separate issue. For that, of course, you need to be independent. You need, like I was telling you, we are attached to parents.
Hmm.
We need to be having a social support system.
Hmm.
We need to be financially independent.
Hmm.
We depend on them for food and shelter and all that. So we need to be on our own.
Hmm.
Because if the parents throw you out, then where will you go?
Hmm. Hmm.
Uh, Most parents don't understand our
Yeah.
issues.
Huh.
So these things have to be taken into account. And the most important thing, which I will tell, I will end with that. And it is not just to the LGBT population, but to everyone who's listening to me, is please love yourself.
Yes. Yes.
That's a very important and powerful statement, because if you are able to love, I mean, I love myself. Even now, today, I'm talking to you, I'm looking more at myself than I'm looking at you, because I love myself. I love looking at myself in the mirror. I'm a kind of a narcissist. I said, wow, what a sexy man he is.
We all are thinking
So,
the same.
yeah.
We all are thinking
So,
the same.
so I love myself. I love looking at myself. So if you are loving yourself, imagine how much of love you will be able to spread to other people. And
Hmm.
all this, so much of hatred is there, so much of phobia is there in the world, so much of anger. You can remove so much of it from your and of course, I do a lot of meditation also.
Hmm.
So with help of meditation, I'm able to send positive energy. I'm able to convert negativity to positivity. So all these things help,
Yeah.
in the long run. So yeah, so that is the only advice I would like to give.
That's a lot of advice you gave. Like you literally gave us a lot of advice. So we are ending now, but like just stay with us for 2 minutes. I just want to end it formally in a way.
Okay.
First of all, to the viewers who are listening to us, thank you for bearing with us for the last like half an hour, a little more than half an hour. Someone is saying that they love you, Manavendra ji. Obviously, we all do.
Yeah, I also love.
Yeah, thank you so much. And a lot of people from I think Sikkim and other Arunachal people also told like invited you to come to our states. please do. I am inviting you. I invited you that day also over phone. Today also officially, like in front of everyone, I am inviting you to our state as well. And also, I would like to tell the audience that like Manvendra ji has got a big heart as well. Like when I have been disturbing him from for the last 15 days, most probably, right? He
Yeah.
like all of a sudden I'm like, okay, I need to message him. Like whatever happens, that'll be taken care of. I'll just have to message him. So I messaged you, and like at that was a very odd time, most probably, and you were ready to talk to me over phone as well. Like that was very big of you to do that. Thank you very much for that, and please do come to our family, come to our state, so that we can also serve you in some way. And we are also trying to do a lot of work, small kind of work we are trying to do. If you do visit us, we'll let you know what are the kinds of work that we are doing. And obviously this is today is not the pride month, but this is a symbolic way of telling everyone that we do not end on the pride month, or our pride continues. And we will be in touch, obviously, when you are free and everything. I will talk to you more in depth about the work that we are doing. And obviously we'll be needing your support. Your symbolic support also matters, but if you can support us in more ways, that is also more than welcome. And we are really very happy that you could be a part of the meeting today, and looking forward to talking to you more in the future.
Definitely, yeah. Thank you so much for listening to me, everyone, and thanks, Prakash, for giving me this. Prakash, right? I
Yes,
forget
yes,
your
yes,
name again.
yes, yes.
Prakash, for giving me this opportunity, and I'm looking forward to visiting the Northeast and visiting all of you there. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Yeah,
Bye.
same there.